Hi, I'm Billy Cross, and this is part of a series of videos about my life and about what it's been like to live my life since an adult, as an openly gay man. The challenges, the difficulties, the good times and the bad times. Why did I decide to do this? Well, for a very good reason. In the last few years, there have been several books written, memoirs of people in the food world. And I was quite shocked that they felt that it was okay to say homophobic things about myself, my partner, Michael James, who's not here to defend himself since he died in 1993 of AIDS. And I have reached a point in my life, I'm approaching my 70th year, and I have decided that I'm not going to quietly read these kind of things or listen to this kind of cruel gossip. And a friend of mine, a dear friend of mine that I hadn't seen in about 15 years, came to Barcelona last week with her husband, and she brought with me a copy of the memoirs of Margaret Beaver Mondavi, who's an old friend of mine. And it was published a couple of years ago. And I was quite shocked that she felt that it was okay to describe me as a crazy decorator and describe me as arriving at a meeting in a fancy rental car and wearing a full-length mink coat that went to the ground at a meeting at the Robert Mondavi Winery in the 80s. I never owned a mink coat until recently, since I bought a vintage mink coat from the 70s, because I go all the time in the winter to Istanbul, where it's very cold and snows, and I needed a warm coat, and I found this beautiful coat in Chicago. And my dear friend Carlos Conrique Sandoval, also an ex-boyfriend of mine, he bought it for me as a Christmas present. But in the 80s, in the Napa Valley, I certainly did not own any kind of fur coat. And I did not need to rent a fancy rental car, as she said, since Michael James and I had two Mercedes, one a 1970 Mercedes-Benz 6.3 Pullman sedan, and a 1966 250 SE. And I was shocked that in 2012, or whenever she wrote it with the writer, I was shocked that she never had the respect of a relationship, a friendship between us, between Margaret and myself and Michael. Certainly with Michael of 20 years and myself of 40 years, never had the respect to talk about us as being a couple. And it kind of shocked me because I didn't realize that. And a couple of people I talked to about the book, and they said to me, "Oh, she loves you." And I thought, well, yeah, I'm sure she loves me and I love her. But the reality, it's so easy, even to this day, in 2012, 2013, 2014, it's so easy to throw gay people under the bus and not to recognize our relationships, and it's actually just kind of shocking. And Marcella Hazan did the same thing to me, except in a much more mean and cruel way. And I was disappointed. I was sorry. She lived with us in the Napa Valley for 3 weeks as she cooked at our cooking school, the Great Chefs of France, at the Robert Mondavi Winery. And she said some pretty cruel things in her memoirs. And I always had a lot of respect for her. But she thought, and obviously her editor felt, and also her publisher felt, that it was okay to throw a gay couple under the bus again. So this is going to be an ongoing series of the things that happened to me in my life, and how I felt about it and how I feel about it now. So until next time, which will be in a few days, I wish everybody lots of love, and take care of yourselves and enjoy your life. This is all we've got. Bye-bye.